What's going on? It's Joshua from Rebel Children. I have actually been recording small little clips and videos throughout the past 2 years, and I just haven't posted them because I have problems and attention and whatever. Um, I want to start posting them. They are a little bit scatterbrained, but they have gotten less scatterbrained over the years. So I'd probably like to post them retroactively at some point, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. This is about 12 minutes of me yapping. Hopefully, I can cut it down to a little bit less. I had a scrimmage and I missed a bunch of tackles, and this is how I want to strategize how to get better for rugby and move forward and get better in a fullback or a wing position for 15s. So, all right, enjoy. Just had a scrimmage for rugby, first of the season, and I missed 5 or 6 of my tackles as fullback. I was looking at people's faces, looking at their eyes. I started finally looking at their hips and like getting lower and wrapping people up, but I wasn't making a dominant tackle. I was slipping off of people. I took the time today to talk to some of the more senior players that have more of that rugby knowledge in that position as fullback, as good wings. Here's kind of what I learned. So for tackling, which is what I feel like is what I'm the least confident and kind of needs the most help, there are 5 positions. There's a tackle that's straight on, there's short left and right, and wide left and right. So those are the 5 different angles that you would attack. And there are lots of different scenarios at fullback, at 15, that I have to account for. What's the side? What's the size and speed of the runner? Is he going to just try to run through me? Is he going to try to step me? Is he going to try to kick? So there's lots of different scenarios. And I maybe over time I can capture all of them and like write them down and make a I don't know, a guide or something, but somebody's probably done that, so maybe I just look that up. What I was doing today is I was not coming up to meet the tackle, so I was not being dominant in the tackle. I was not tackling people. I was waiting for them to come to me and run me over. So there's one thing that I can work on is coming up to meet someone in the tackle. Now that's hard to practice because there are so many different scenarios in rugby, and that specific scenario you can't really practice very well besides just doing a one-on-one tackle and a full contact drill. And there's not a lot of guys who are willing to do full contact just for practice or whatever. I don't know all of the different tackles that I missed, but one thing that I did good was that I would make up for the missed tackle by getting back into position. I would try to like run back and support if the tackle was made by somebody. I was able to get back into position and help them either secure a turnover or something. So that was something that I did good, is I worked hard to get back to make it up, to try to make it up or something. But with my tackles, I was not coming up to meet them and I was not getting low enough. So those are 2 things that I have to work on, is I have to come up to meet the opposition and I have to get low. I have to get low into my tackles because my tackles are always high. So those are 2 things that I can work on. With those different drills, so it's really three angles, and then we have left and the right. So we have straight on, short angle, and wide angle, left and right. Straight on, if it's a big boy and I know that he's not going to try to step me, what I've learned today is that I should be doing, I think it's called a chop tackle, where I hit my shoulders right into their hips, but everything has to be straight. So I have to like take my step and like load and like load myself, turn myself into a spring, load, and I have to time it perfectly. So as they're running, I take my step here and I load. I touch the grass with my fingertips. I load and then I'm exploding. So I'm loading here, getting low, touching the grass, and then I'm exploding straight. So this is my back. I'm going this way into the attacker here. I take my step, I load, touch the grass. Everything's low. I kind of almost hold that, preparing, and then I explode and I almost make everything straight. If I'm not low enough, so if like my knees would actually be like this, like bend. So like, because I would be bending here and I'm getting low so that my back will be angled up. I'm getting under their hips so that I can shoot into their hips here. Can shoot into their hips and then and I'm not even driving through the tackle. I'm just like hitting them, wrapping their legs up, and then like kind of it's kind of a dump tackle, but it's a chop tackle because I'm chopping them at their hips and then I'm just rolling them over. And that way I can tackle a guy that's 300 pounds, 100 pounds heavier than me easily. And I'm not worried about they're going to bump me or whatever. I just have to get low enough and I have to go up to them because they are running to me and gaining momentum. And if I run up here and stop and they don't stop, I'm just going to get trucked, which is what happened today. So I'm a little bit frustrated about that because in addition to everything else that I've been doing, the cardio, the strength training, which I need to do heavy strength training now as well, not just a little bit and upper body or whatever. I need to be doing my cardio. I need to be doing my strength training. I need to be doing my hill sprints. But now I also need to be doing acceleration, deceleration, agility work. I also need to be working on watching film and watching the fullback and kind of yo-yoing into position, anticipating a line break by someone so that I can meet them at the line. And the wings need to learn their positions, but if I'm going to play fullback, the wings need to notice, okay, he's anticipating a line break here, so he's going to meet that. He's going to meet that as close to the line as possible and make that tackle. But as the fullback, I need to watch film of people maybe doing that yo-yo, anticipating the line break, making that tackle, and then getting back. Or coming up, if you think it is, and then dropping back when you think maybe it's not going to happen. Anyways, so I need to watch film. What I would like to maybe do is watch film, analyze. This was a line break that happened that the fullback came up and attacked, or this like the fullback had something to do with the play, and I'll clip that from YouTube and put it in the library, and I'll start building a library of fullback position specific clips. I felt good on attack. I don't know that I felt great on my kick because I had one kick. I don't know that I felt great about why I did it, when I did it. I did it right off of a kickoff, and maybe I should not have done that. Maybe I should have stuck to our structure. I thought I had seen a gap in their backs because it was just one person back there, and I thought if I kicked it over him, but I didn't. I screwed my kick, and so it didn't go behind him, which is what I was hoping for. Which is okay. I didn't time it right. I need to drag the defender or whoever, beat the defender out to the side, give myself some time, almost like slow my run, stop, and prepare myself to kick, stop, take the breath and kick. And then, not stop completely, but take a second and kick. So I think there's things that I can work on for tackling a big boy, doing a chop tackle. I can work on that spring and drive into maybe a bag. I could do the ring bag with the barrel inside of it, and I could kind of just spring and go under the the barrel and extend into that, and like hit that pad, and maybe that I might be able to practice that, just get some reps on that. I should probably hit the wrestling gym a little bit more and just do a bunch of shooting. But the specifics of, okay, well, say maybe I'm up against some of these shorter, quicker, agile guys that might do a fake or a juke or something. How do I contain? How do I tackle that way? And that's something that I need to maybe drill Oklahomas, maybe drill the triangle drill with full contact. There's a lot that I got to work on in addition to cardio and strength training and kick training and sprint training and watching film. It's all a lot. And for one-on-one tackles, it is like it's having cardio, it's having the speed, it's having the tackle technique, and having the game awareness. Because if I can put my position to shut down half the field, if I can push a defender, maybe shut off a pass, cut off a pass, so they have to run or try to, I have to push them inside or push them outside. If I can control them, can either push them to one side or the other, then it makes my job less easier calculation-wise. And I can't calculate for every scenario, so I just have to keep doing it. Which is the other part of this, is that I have to find guys that want to hit and want to tackle and want to try to run me over or whatever. I don't know. So I was a little bit frustrated with my performance, just with the tackling. Maybe I wasn't fit enough. Maybe I was just being scared when I watched the film. Maybe I can analyze it and have a different perspective, but those are just my thoughts. Gotta iterate, move forward, move on, get over myself. All right, bye. I don't know if this is real, but I think I can just drop my knees. Excuse me. To get lower. Which is like touching the ground, but instead of using my hands, it's using my knees. Which is what Bandy Key does when he tackles big people. He literally just goes to his knees. But I don't know if my angle. Head up.